Okay, here we go. Welcome to. Oh, my bad, Lee. Here we go.
That's okay.
Welcome to the Pittsburgh Sports Saviors Week 10 live post game show. Lee, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good. We just got done watching the Steelers get a 23-19 win. I don't know if you want to go over those stats real quick for us. Give us a
Yeah, I
breakdown
can
of the
do
game.
that really quick. Yeah. I don't know if you can still see me.
No,
I had
no,
to
my
switch
bad. We
screens.
cannot. I can. But
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and throw them out there.
Okay. I apologize. I'll be real quick. So again, final score week 10, 23-19 Steelers over the Packers. Total yards. Packers 399 to the Steelers 324. Uh, First down, 17 for the Packers, 21 for the Steelers. Uh, the net rushing yards, 116 for the Packers to the Steelers, 205 rushing yards today. Very good improvement today by the Steelers. Uh, Disappointing here for the passing yards, 283 for the Packers and 119 for the Steelers. Third down efficiency, 8 for 16 for the Packers and only 4 for 13 for the Steelers. No turnovers for the Steelers. Packers had 2 turnovers, which were 2 interceptions. Time possession is about the same. Packers 29 minutes, 27 seconds, and the Steelers 30 minutes and 33 seconds. I apologize for dipping out like that. I'll have to figure out another way to
No, yeah, no,
get this
I
stuff
threw that
going.
on you out of nowhere. No worries.
That's all right. That's all right.
Um, so yeah, I think the offense in the first half was really moving along well, and it showed good signs. And then there was a little bit of a lull, but I'll go through the scoring summary real quick. The Steelers started the game off with a Najee Harris 4-yard run to make it 7-0. That was like 10 minutes into the game, or 5 minutes into the game, 10 on the clock. The Packers came back down and scored an 8-yard pass from Jordan Love to Romeo Dobbs. I'd make it 7-7. Second quarter, the Steelers got on the board with a Jalen Warren 16-yard run. Made it 14-7. Followed that with a Boswell 42-yard field goal to make it 17-7. And then we had the Packers score with 4 minutes left in the half. Jaden Reed 35-yard pass from Jordan Love. So we're looking at 17-13 in the first half. How are you feeling at that point?
Um, I thought it was going to be back and forth game at that point. At
Uh-huh.
halftime, 17-13. Like I said, at one point when it was 17-7, I almost thought it was just going to be a blowout by the Steelers. But then once they scored, I was like, okay, maybe this will go back and forth. But it definitely was a good first half offensively. The offensive line was blocking very well. The running game was going well. I think Najee and Jalen Warren were about 50 yards at halftime, both of them. And the running game just looked good. There wasn't too much from the passing game, but the running game definitely looked good. They were moving down the field, 2 first drive scores, and then a field goal on the third drive. So they were definitely moving in that first half.
Yeah, you were Nostradamus this week with the offensive line. They played so well,
Mm-hmm.
rushing wise. I mean, both Najee and Warren were successful early, and then late in the game, they still were getting their yards too. I think they ended up. Warren ended up over 100 yards in a TD,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
Najee had another 82 yards in a TD. So this
Mm-hmm.
is 2 weeks in a row where the offensive line and the rushing game has really showed up. Um,
Yeah.
the passing game was not there, obviously, but they didn't need it tonight or today.
Mm-mm.
It was pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. So second half starts, and then where we had the Packers came out and got a field goal on their. I think that was their first drive, right? 17 to
Mm-hmm.
16,
Yeah. I think it was.
and then
Yeah.
they got another one, take the lead, make it 19 to 17. The Steelers get the lead back before the end of the quarter, make it 20 to 19, and then grab that one last field goal with about 5 minutes left, Boswell, to make it 23-19. That's where we ended up. How were you feeling on that last drive?
Oh boy, I was definitely biting my nails. I mean, that our secondary just could not stop their passing game. I mean, Jordan Love was he was torching us.
Mhm.
Their receivers were wide open. There were so many holes in the secondary. I don't know. It looked like they were playing a lot of zone. It wasn't a lot of man because there was just so much space open for the receivers for the Packers. They were just getting down the field. When it was they got down there was like 3 seconds left. I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go. I mean, this is just like last Thursday, I should say, with the that Titans game. Last play of the game
Yeah.
again. They're going down to score, and we get another interception right there at the end. So it was really nice, but I was nervous. I didn't know what to think because they just our secondary could not stop their passing game at all.
Yeah, I thought they were going to score. I'm not going to lie. I just the way that Love was playing, I crapped on him before the game. He came out and he played really well. I know he ended up with the 2 interceptions, but both of them were good plays by the Steelers defense. Well, the one was a great play by Patrick Peterson. The other one was just a Hail Mary at the end. You got to do what you got to do kind of deal. But I can't believe how bad the secondary and not just the secondary, the passing defense in general. Because I think a lot of it was the linebackers, and there's been a lot of moving parts. Quan Alexander's injured. I don't know if you heard yet. It's an Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
So he's done for the year. That can't. I think it was Schefter that announced that. So he's gone. That's not. We already were down to Holcomb. In the secondary, you're down Minka. It's starting to get there's a lot of moving parts back there, so maybe that's why they were in a lot more zone. Or I think they play zone for the majority of the time. It's just that
that's what it seemed like.
More holes in the zone that made it obvious that they're like. So there's definitely got to be improvement there, but I think a lot of it was Love finding the holes too. He played really well, I think. Our offensive passing, we didn't. I think Kenny ended up with 14 to 23 for 126, which is not impressive at all. But with the way the rushing was going, I guess you can be all right with that. What did you think about the passing game in general?
I mean, it was very slow. Like that first quarter, there wasn't really much. The second quarter, there was a couple plays here. I mean, a lot of the passing was more of like, it seemed like little short out routes and to like the tight end or the running backs. And then they were picking up the yards after carry. It wasn't any passes down the field. Now, there were a couple deep passes, but there were pass interference calls called, but there wasn't really any really big plays. I think it was just, there was that one play right before the 2-minute warning, I think it was, where they got George Pickens for a good catch.
The sideline there.
That was like, and that was like maybe the biggest throw they had the whole game. It was definitely a little bit disappointing to see that there was not much more passing going on. It was good to see the rushing game going, but there was just no passing game going on.
Yeah. It's tough because the offensive line, I think, is stepping up, and like as you predicted, and now it's time to maybe this is the first step. Get this running game going, get an identity that we haven't had an offensive identity in forever. So if we can we can get back to, I'm fine being the one team in the league that's going to focus on running again. Have two guys. They ended up with 31 carries between the two of them. So that's like a good mix. It was 15 carries for Warren and 16 carries for Najee. Pretty much a complete balance. The holes early on were just massive, especially I think it was on the second touchdown drive. Second touchdown, it was just like you can fit a bus through there. It was impressive. And if they, I'm really excited about the running game if they can keep it up. I think during the game they mentioned that the Packers early in the season were having trouble against the run, but they had fixed it a little bit. But who knows if it was just a lucky stretch for them and they're a bad team. But that was impressive, I think, the offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line did their thing. They showed up today. They really did, and they made some key blocks. I think Kenny was sacked maybe just once.
Yeah, just one sack.
Too bad. Yeah, just one sack, and he wasn't really running around too much from what I saw because there really wasn't much passing going on. But they were really doing their thing, blocking for Najee and Jaylen Warren today, and I mean it was just good to see them getting out there and getting some blocks and making some big holes for the running backs to get down the field.
Yeah, they ended up with when you add in Kenny and Calvin Austin, they had 5 carries. They ended up with 36 carries for 205 yards as an offense. So 200 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I don't know when our last 200-yard rushing game was. It's been a while. And then, of course, the defense, they still giving up 100 yards on the ground and giving up over
that
200
defense
yards.
was shaky today.
Yeah, I just don't know. So, and hopefully, maybe with now there's another injury. Maybe there's going to be some more adjustments coming. Who knows? It sucks when you have good players that keep going down and getting hurt. And then that their season's done. Hopefully there's a return by Minkah soon. I know it was just a hamstring, so but we'll see. Hopefully there's some adjustments coming on the defense.
Did you catch Minkah on the last play of the game on the sideline?
Yeah,
flipping out before the timeout. If you notice, I'm pretty sure it had to be related to this. Was when we initially before the timeout, our alignment had like half the secondary and linebackers like at like the 10-yard line. And then when they come back from the timeout, everyone was at the goal line. They changed up the defensive alignment, and there was Minkah's out there screaming at I'm pretty sure it was Terrell Austin, and then Tomlin's right there too, and that had to be Austin. Maybe it wasn't, but he had like this stress.
It was him.
He had his stressful face on him, like just like I was watching with my dad and with Austin. And we all had a chuckle about it.
No, that was pretty good.
It was definitely a move you got to make because first of all, it ended up with an interception. But second of all, if they would have scored on that play because someone was like at the 10-yard line and instead of in the end near the end zone, that just would have been miserable to watch.
Oh yeah.
Did you get to watch any other end of any of the games?
Got to see the ending of the Texans and Bengals, and the Texans won by a field goal right there at the end, and then got to see the ending of the Browns and Ravens game as well.
Browns,
and
both ends with field goals.
They won with a field goal at the end as well. Yeah. So our division is the Ravens are 7-3. We're 6-3, Browns 6-3, and the Bengals are 5-4.
5-4, yep. And then Bengals play the Ravens this Thursday, so Steelers might be in first place before they play another game. They can, if the Bengals win that, Steelers will be in first place, which is crazy to think with all the stresses in this, the way this offense is playing. The fact that we could be in first place this far into the season, Week 11, the Steelers in first place, be nice to hear.
It would be nice to hear. I just don't like that we're getting outgained. We're winning all these games. Yeah. It's nice. We're winning them all, but we're getting outgained in yards. It's crazy.
It's like historical what we're doing. All like to be outgained this long into the season is like it's crazy. Yeah. But maybe the Houston's for real. I mean, you got to start considering them as a real threat for the playoffs at this point. Winning today.
Oh yeah.
They're 5-4.
Winning today. Yeah, winning today, winning last week against the Bucks at the end as well. So
CJ Stroud's in the MVP race, I think, at this point. Back-to-back comebacks. He's got the production, he's got the highlight comebacks. I think his name's gonna be right in there, especially with like Josh Allen hasn't really been Josh Allen to this point. Lamar's been steady, but they lost today. They're falling back a little bit. There's Mahomes, obviously. Mahomes is Mahomes. I can't think of anyone else. Who else do you think should be in that MVP race?
I can't think of anybody right now.
Yeah, you can talk about one of those guys I mentioned too, if you have anything on them.
Yeah. I mean, Mahomes. Of course, he's doing his thing. Tua, I would say maybe.
Tua's
might throw him in there.
Tua and then Tyreek, I guess too.
Yeah, you could throw them in there. But CJ Stroud, he's definitely might be rookie of the year for sure, and definitely is in that MVP candidate. I mean, he is really doing his thing, and he has brought a fire to the Texans. So they might be one of those wild card teams to watch out for. Moving forward down the road.
Yeah. Two of the other names we didn't mention were Eagles guys. The Eagles. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. You go ahead and talk.
Okay. Who's that? Jalen Hurts and another one. Was it AJ? Is it AJ Brown?
Yeah, Jalen
The
Hurts
wide
and
receiver?
AJ Brown are the two guys I think.
Yeah.
Because Tyreek Hill started out so hot, but I think him and AJ, their numbers are pretty similar at this point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say
Yeah,
Tyreek's in the race.
Yeah, he's was that AJ Brown has he made a he got a record this year with like 6 consecutive games of like 125 receiving
125.
yards.
Yeah, I think that's what the number is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're doing their thing too. So there's
Uh-huh.
a lot of players from just all over the league. They're kind of just doing their thing.
Yeah.
It's I mean, you can almost even throw in TJ. He's leading the league right now in sacks.
Yeah,
you could
I
throw
didn't
him
think
in
it. Yeah, I'm so just offense, but you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
PJ,
yeah.
he
Yeah.
needs. He got the sack today, but I do want to see the super TJ that we got in the first half of the season.
Oh yeah,
That wasn't
yeah,
sustainable,
for sure.
obviously, but when you see our defense struggling so bad in the secondary and you need to call on Superman and
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So Highsmith stepped up late with that one pass rush too. I think it was on the third down play. Late.
Yeah, that was a
Big
good
hit.
one.
4th
There
and 3.
what was that guy number 37? I thought your prediction was coming through.
Yeah,
you know,
he
coming
was
true.
close to
When he
that
came
sack,
right down
yeah.
through and he missed
I
it.
think
He
that's
missed it, I was
Riley.
like,
I don't know much about him. I think his name's Riley.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might be new to the team. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him before this season. So, yeah, the defense at the end kind of they had to step up. Patrick Peterson made a nice little play.
Yeah, that
help with
drive was nice.
interception.
The end of that drive
to help out there. Yeah. So Alex Highsmith. I was hoping for more sacks. We got one. A lot of pressure though to Jordan Love today, but he definitely torched our secondary for sure.
Yeah, he. I was talking so much crap about how average he's been, but yeah, he came out there and showed that he's got a little bit more promise than I was giving him credit for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
There were a lot of false finishes to this game. I thought a couple times that it was over, and that the first one was Peterson, and then whenever Kenny ran for that first down, I thought that was going to be good enough to end it there.
Yeah.
They kept giving him the ball back, and they ended up with the play at the end. We got lucky.
Yeah, we could not stop them on third down.
No, I was so frustrating. We did stop them on 1 third down. They go for it on 4th.
Yeah.
It was frustrating.
I have no idea. They gotta figure something out and get that third down efficiency on that defense a lot better. I mean, they're giving up big plays and wide open plays to these receivers all day today, and it just, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if it's because some of the players are injured and it's newer players out there. I just don't know what happened today.
I know
it's almost it just seems like similar to that Houston game almost.
I don't know if he came back in or not, but Levi Wallace, they took him out after the first couple of drives. I know, and he sat at least one drive. Do you remember if he came back in the second half? I don't remember hearing his name out there.
No, I don't either.
I think that he might be taking a little back seat for a little bit after the first couple drives because, they looked real shaky on those first 2 drives for sure. Both of them were on third downs. I think the second one, that 35-yard pass, I just don't know how you can allow that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know either.
2 men are there. They're both like getting beat by Romeo Daw. Was it? No, it was Reed, I think, who has 4 touchdowns this season. I don't know much about him. I don't know if you follow. Like we talked about it this week. We haven't really watched too many Packer games between the two of us. I don't think.
No, I haven't seen too much. No, not sure too much about him. But like I said, Jordan Love looked like C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, that's similar. That's how it was. Yeah, the way they precision throughout.
Yeah,
I think he only ended up 21 of 40. But it was those third downs. Just every third down.
Oh, those third downs, yeah.
Conversion. Did you mention that? I know. Maybe I didn't hear.
Their
third down conversions.
Yeah, I think they were 8 for 16. They
Yeah,
were like
8 for
50%
16,
today.
50%. It's like
Yeah,
not crazy. It's not crazy good, but I mean, it felt like every time
yeah,
they needed one, they got one.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I think we were only, from what I think I said, it was like 4 for 13. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's tough because the beginning was so promising. 3 straight
Oh,
scores
yeah.
on
I mean,
offense.
I'm thinking, man, we're gonna blow this team out today. I
Yeah.
mean, we're running the ball well. We're moving down the field well. I mean, yeah, we had given up a first drive score, but it was 17-7 at one point, and I was thinking, okay, maybe,
Yeah.
we got something going here. And then 17-13, and then 17-16, and you're thinking, oh no, here we go, and then you're going back and forth with field goals. And then that last drive, I'm thinking, well, this could end like that Titans game, or they could score right here on this last play. You just didn't know what was going to happen, So it came down to another play. It just seems like our games, we're in the fourth quarter every
Yeah.
game, trying to end it, for a victory there at the end. We
Uh-huh.
can't. I haven't seen this season where we have had a lead and kept it at a good lead throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
We have to make it a nail biter and bring it down to suspense at the last play of the game.
It could be a double-edged sword at the end of the season, though, because we're going to be battle tested. And if you get there in the waning game minutes of a playoff game, and it's another team, one of these teams that have been great all year, maybe they haven't had these same battles in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then we can have a shot to surprise someone.
Yeah.
I right now I can see the Steelers being a favorite against any of the division leaders at the moment.
No.
Yeah, I think they would be an underdog for whoever they play. If maybe they win their division though, and then they'll get a wild card game. But that at this point, that's probably going to be one of the other AFC North teams. So
yeah. I don't even know. I mean, it being 6-3, and then we have 2 straight division games on the road. It's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the season, I mean, you just don't know, if we have a winning record, if we end it at like 11-5 or something like that.
Yeah. 11-6 somewhere.
Or 11-6. I'm sorry. Yeah, 11-6. Yeah, 11-6. Sorry. If we ended 11-6, we may be a wild card team, and yeah, we might be playing our, the Ravens or the Bengals.
I think 11-6 gets you a wild card. 10-7 with the way everything's going right now, maybe that doesn't get you in it this year, which would be surprising.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of good teams. There's a lot of parity in the league, especially in the AFC. And then I think you need to get the division's going to be at least 12-5, maybe even 13-4. That's right, to win the division.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would mean that everyone, if 13-4 means that no one else, one of the teams would have to lose less than 2 games the rest of the season, which that seems a little crazy. So yeah, I mean 12-5 probably wins the division, I bet. And then 11-6 gets you a wild card for sure.
Yeah.
But I would be sweating a 10-7 record.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If they split the next 2, you're looking at 7-4, and then 3 straight games that are very winnable with the Cardinals, the Patriots, and the Colts. So you're looking at that gets you to 10-4. You're in really good shape down the stretch. I know the final game, like I said, the games are a little tougher. So they end with Bengals, Seahawks, and Ravens. Those all could be losses. Seahawks, what are they doing today? They've been a little shaky, but
they're playing now against the
they're playing. It's 9-6. Right, Commanders are beating them now, so they're not not playing that great today. What are they on the season now? I think they're 5-3.
5-3. Okay.
5-3. Yeah. So they're a good team. Geno
So
Smith,
who do we got? So we have the Chiefs, probably 1. Miami, maybe 2.
You said Miami, Miami, Chiefs, Baltimore, or whoever wins our division.
And then Jacksonville, probably.
Yeah, they lost today though too.
They got blown out today.
Yeah, I guess San Fran's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have those 4, and then I mean, there's us, and then who else has the better records? I mean, the Browns, and is it the Bills? I mean, I don't know.
The Bills are 5-4. The Bills are going to be they're going to be in the playoffs. There's no way the Bills are missing the play. I just can't see it. I know they're
Yeah.
struggling right now, but they'll figure that out. Especially when it gets colder, teams are gonna have to come up to Buffalo. I just
Mhm.
can't see them not in the playoffs. The Jets
Yeah.
are
Yeah. Yeah.
4-4. Aaron Rodgers somehow comes back, some miracle,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
he's doing, his medicine. And then we mentioned Houston earlier. That's another team that's
Yeah. That's
fighting
another.
for playoff spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I wouldn't roll out the Chargers at 4. They're 4-4 right now, but they do have some skill players, and Herbert, of course.
Mhm.
And then Indianapolis is 5-5. So who knows with all that? Those guys.
It's gonna be a close race coming down to the end the
Yeah.
second half of the season for sure. It's gonna be a close race.
Yeah.
See what's gonna come on, but I'm glad we got the win today. A win's a win.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
you
Yeah.
know.
I thought it was going to be a
Yeah.
little easier, but your final projection was 24 to
I
20,
said
right?
24 to 20.
So you're right there
20
again, 2 weeks in a row.
23, 2 weeks in a row, 23-19. Yeah.
Yeah, so you had the right. Well, no, you were 2017 last week, huh?
Yeah, 2017 and it was 2016.
So, yeah, so you're doing pretty good on these.
Yeah.
Maybe you got to start making some bets.
Yeah, some bets, yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 24-17, which I don't think I can take credit for being better than your 23-19 for sure.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts you had on the game? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, like I said, the offensive line did their thing today. I hope the passing game improves over the next coming weeks. I hope we can keep this nice momentum with the running game. Looks great.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary has to step up. To have, I think they said during the end of the game, we're +9 on turnover ratio.
That's the one thing Kenny's doing.
Yeah.
Right now, Kenny isn't throwing the ball away. He had that one that looked a little close, but I don't think that was ever close to being an actual interception.
No, I don't think so either. It's good to see 2 weeks now, or I think 3 weeks now actually with that Rams game. Not really any turnovers, which has been nice. And the defense has been making some turnovers, but you have all those turnovers, and yet you're still just giving up so many yards defensively. Yeah. I think they're ranked total 31st from what I saw they pulled up the stats today during the game. We're ranked 31st overall defensively. Yeah. So they gotta slow down the teams that they're playing. They gotta slow down the offensive run. They gotta not leave open some big holes in the zone for the quarterbacks to making these big plays. So we got 2 tough games on the road these next 2 weeks coming up, Browns and Bengals division games. So, it's going to be close. Browns have a good defense, and the Bengals you don't know what you're going to get each week with them, so.
Yeah. Browns are going to be a real test for the offense. The Browns defense has been great. Today, what did Watson end up doing? He hasn't been Watson of old yet. I don't know. They scored 33 points against the Ravens, so
yeah,
you got to give him some credit for that. I'm looking now. He was 20 of 34, 213. Obviously, we were watching the Steeler game, so we didn't get to see how he played too much. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times, which is maybe we can get something going with Watt and Highsmith again this week. They ended up with 178 yards rushing. Jerome Ford had 107 against the Ravens defense. The Ravens don't give up a lot of 100-yard rushers, so that's pretty.
No, not at all. I don't know. It could have just been an off game for them. I don't know. I mean, they came out early. I think at one point it was just like the Steeler game. It was like 17-7 at one point. The Ravens were up.
Yeah,
I think they showed, and so I don't know. I mean, they're one of those teams as well. They're pretty good during the regular season, but sometimes they're just one of those teams as well. You just don't know what you're going to get, in a game.
Yeah. They held Lamar pretty much in check. 13-23, 223, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. I saw one of those interceptions. I don't know if you got to watch any of that. I think it was either during our halftime or right after our game. I think it was at halftime. He threw an ugly interception where I guess he was just on the wrong page with his receiver. He got sacked 3 times. He had 8 carries for 41 yards. So they kept him pretty good check.
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah.
game.
I mean, they got a good the Browns have a really good defense this year.
Yeah.
So, but they still gave up 30 points themselves. So
Yeah.
um,
That
you know,
game will be at 1:00 CBS next Sunday. So
in Cleveland.
yeah, it's in Cleveland.
Yep. Yep.
We'll have a chance to talk about that one later in the week, I guess. But we
Yep.
can
Yeah.
unless you can think of anything, we can wrap this one up, I think. And
No, I think
uh
I think this was good. Trying out a new platform today, which is pretty nice.
yeah, we're using StreamYard. You can see in the top right corner, powered by StreamYard. We got our little
Yeah.
banner at the bottom with the stats on it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Lee, have a good
Yep.
night.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you.
You too. Have a good one, bud.